Hi, everybody. My name is Liliana Rogers, and I'm a certified life coach. And I'm making this video because Coachella Valley Women Business Center asked me to make a video with some tips or advice on how we can deal with the stress and the fear that we are feeling now due to the current situation. And that's what I'm doing. So, as you all know, life had changed all of a sudden for all of us. And then the world as we knew it is not the same anymore, at least for now, for right now. And this obviously creates fear. We don't know what is going to happen. So there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety. Some people are panicking, and which is understandable. Fear is a human emotion and it's completely normal to have it. What is important to understand is that we don't have to stay there. We can move and manage this fear. So it's normal to have the fear. We have a choice after that to control it and to learn how to deal with it. So it's important to remember that when we can't control the situation, like with the case right now, we are forced in a way to stay home. We can control the situation. Is more important than ever to control our inside. We need to control ourselves. That we can control. We have power over us. We right now we don't have power over the situation, but we have power over us, our internal world. And that's what we're going to be working on. That's what we're going to be talking about, how we can control ourselves. We have two options. One is to live in fear, anxiety, or stress. And the second option is to be calm, alert, and open to possibilities. The first option is very disempowering, it's taking our power away. The second option give us power and controls over the situation. So we're gonna aim to work to be with the second option. So I'm gonna give you some tips that you can use to get to that second option. The first tip is a concept and is the idea that is a choice that we're making. We can choose to stay in that fear, that panic, or we can choose, make a conscious decision, choice that we're going to move away from that. I know it's easy to say, but with practice, we can change that. We just can move, we choose consciously to move away from the fear into a more calm state. So that's the first step. We have to make the choice, or we're going to be stuck in the fear. So first step is to make a choice, decision. I'm gonna yes, that's what I want in my life. I want to be calm, alert, and open to possibilities. So that's the first step. The second step, another tip is to use a rubber band like this. It's a little trick that I love. So whenever you have a negative emotion or a negative thought, and it's gonna make you freak out, hit yourself with a rubber band, okay? And enough that you feel it, okay? It doesn't have to be terribly hard, but enough that you feel it. And what this is gonna do is gonna send a signal to the brain, say, hey, that's pain. That negative emotion is creating pain, physical pain in the body. And the body, I'm sorry, the brain, one of the jobs of the brain is to protect us. So it's gonna relate negative emotion, negative thought with pain, and with time is going to minimize or reduce the amount of negative thoughts that we're going to be having because we don't like pain. Nobody likes pain. So the brain is going to be reminding us. So when this happens, you have a negative emotion or thought, stop it. Don't get mad at yourself. Just stop the thought and replace it with a positive, more empowering thought. Something like, this shall pass, or we will get with this and we will survive, or something like that, whatever you want to say, but something more empowering and more positive. Another topic that I want to talk about is about TV, news, and social media. I know it's important to be informed. I know is we need to be have knowledge of what's happening around us so we can make decisions. However, there's no need to be following the news 24 hours. Same with social media. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of fake news also. So and those are, they create a lot of panic. They create a lot of fear. So Yeah, watch the news. Yeah, get informed. But it's a balance. You don't stay 24 hours in front of the TV. Step back, away from the TV or social media, and focus on something else. For your family, read a book, learn something new, pray, meditate, whatever. But we need to um, minimize social media and TV. Okay. Another trick that we can use is called the three true phrases. And what it is another trick with the brain. The brain has to analyze a lot of information every second. So it uses certain tricks to do that. And one is that it generalizes. So the brain, if he listens, here's one sentence, let's say, my name is Liliana. Then here's a second sentence, which is true also, the sky is blue, assumes that the third sentence is going to be true as well. It just is by default assumes that it's true, and this is scientifically proven. So you can say something like, "My name is Liliana, the sky is blue, and I have the power to survive the situation." The brain is going to bypass; it's not going to even analyze. It's going to assume that the third sentence is true. This is a very powerful trick to do with any kind of affirmations that you want to get into your brain. Just do the first two, and the third will be automatically the brain will assume that it's true. Another trick that you can use during the situation or in the future is to put your fingers on the forehead. And what happens with this is when we are stressed, or when we are there's fear, the body changes, right? Our physiology changes. And one of the changes is that the blood in the brain goes to the center part of the brain, which is the one that controls the movement and heart. And the reason for that is that the body needs to be prepared in case it needs to run, in case it needs to defend itself. But it's taking blood away from the frontal part of the brain, which is where we make decisions. So what happens is, that's why when we are upset or altered, we a lot of the times we don't make the best decisions, right? So what we need to do is we put the fingers on our forehead, right? And 1 minute or two, breathe. And what this is doing is bringing the blood back to the forehead, to the front of the brain, which is the part that makes decisions. That way, we're going to get more calm and we're going to be able to deal with the situation in a better way. So, in the future and going forward, if you are upset, you have a fight with your kids or with your spouse, whoever, before you make a decision, make sure that you calm yourself, bring the blood uh, to the front of your brain, putting the fingers on your forehead. Okay. Another thing that is important to consider is to be grateful. Gratitude is so important, more today than ever. Why is important to be grateful? One, because when we focus our attention on gratitude, the universe or the brain is going to find more things that we can be thankful for. So when you focus in negative, the brain is going to find more negative. When you focus on the positive or the what you're grateful for, it makes you feel better, makes you realize, that it's going to be okay. So what I do personally every morning before I get out of bed, I think of three things that I'm grateful for. And before going to bed, I think of three things that I'm grateful for during that day. So I work really hard to maintain my gratitude level pretty high. I have a lot of things to be grateful for, but yes, we need to do it. Grateful for our eyes, for our home, for our families. We have so much to be grateful for. Our health, many things. What else we can do during these times? Meditate, pray. Praying is very important. Our connection with our spiritual health is very important at this time because that's where it's going to give us center. It's going to keep us, hold us together. So whatever your faith is, pray, and that will give you peace. In my opinion, I think that praying and believing in a higher power gives me the certainty that I'm not alone. I'm not fighting this problem alone. I'm somebody else is with me that has more power than me. And that gives me comfort. So I like to think about that. And finally, I want to talk about what are we focusing on. Focus is right now more important than ever. We need to have a solution-oriented mentality instead of a problem-oriented mentality. If you focus all the time in the problem, you're not going to find the solution to your problem. You need to be open to possibilities and focus on the solution. So every morning when you wake up, think about it. What am I going to focus on today? Am I going to focus on finding solutions to the problems, or I'm going to focus on the problem and that's not going to help? So this is the time, with so many business closed or minimum income that reduce, is the time to redefine ourselves. It's time for change. We need to adapt to what is going on in the world. Yes, things will go back eventually to how they were, but I don't think they will be exactly the same. Things are going to change. So we need to adapt. And we can use this time to prepare for when the things come back to normal. So what we need to ask these questions to ourselves. Who do I need to be to survive this situation? Do I need to learn something new? Do I need to upgrade my skills? Do I need to upgrade my spiritual mind or body? Um, how can I help getting out of this situation? So one exercise that we can do is take a piece of paper, draw a line in the center. In the left side, we want to write how this situation has affected us, our business negatively. We list all of the things that were affected. And the other column, we want to write down how or what can I do to change the situation, to fix the situation. Maybe at the beginning, not many things will come to mind, but being open, be asking the right questions will bring the right answers. So keep asking the question, keep thinking about it, and surely you will get some answers, some solutions to the problems. So stay focused on the positive, stay focused on gratitude, stay focused on the solution, and this is the time to grow, to evolve. If you choose not to, I'm not saying that you are, but the person that doesn't choose to is going to have a very hard time getting out of the situation. So, with this said, now I want to do a meditation, and it's called the bubble technique. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this meditation to release negative energy from the body. It's one of my favorites. Or what we need to do, is we're going to do 3 breaths, deep breaths, and then you close your eyes and just listen to my voice and do in your mind what I'm telling you to do. Okay? So first we're going to breathe 3 times. Now, close your eyes and listen to my voice. Imagine there's a bubble in front of you. And what we're going to do is we're going to take any negative emotions, negative feelings, pain that you have in your body, we're going to take it out of your body and we're going to put it in this bubble. So we're going to start with the head. Scan your head for any negative emotions and put it in the bubble. Continue with the face and the neck and the shoulders. Very important. There's a lot of negative emotions stored in the shoulders. So make sure that you get it all out from your shoulders and put it inside this bubble. Continue with the arms all the way to the fingers. Next is your chest. Look everywhere. Get every energy out, negative. Your back, stomach, the hips, also a lot of negative emotions are stored there. So get it all out. Put it in the bubble. To the legs, all the way to the toes. Now we're going to do a quick scan again, the whole body, to make sure that we got it all out. The head, the face, the neck, shoulders, arms, chest, back, stomach, hips, and legs. Okay, so now we have this bubble in front of us with all the negative emotion. Now we're going to imagine that there's a second bubble, and these two bubbles are connected by a filter. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass all the negative emotion through the filter to the second bubble, but only the inner power, strength, and power that is in every energy is going to pass to the second bubble. All the negative emotions are staying in the first bubble. So imagine passing all the energy, and only the inner power is going to pass to the second bubble. Strength, power is going to pass to the second bubble. Okay? And now we're going to take this second bubble and we're going to put it over our head. We're going to pinch it, and all of this inner power and strength is going to shower our body, and it's going to fill every space that was empty because it had negative energy before, and now it's empty. It's going to be filled with this inner power, with this strength everywhere. Your head, your shoulders, your legs, everywhere, every single space is being filled by this inner strength, power, energy. Feel it. Feel the strength filling out of your body. Feel the inner power that you have, that you're gaining again. Is there so much that is showering your whole body, that is creating a cocoon around your body? Cocoon of inner power and strength is around your body. Feel it. See it. Sense it. So much that we're going to share it. And we're going to share this power, this inner power, with our families, with our community, with our city, and our planet. So imagine there's a laser beam coming out of your heart with this energy, and it's projecting and it's showering everybody, your friends, your family, your community, the world, with this inner power and strength. Feels so good. Inner power. Now, imagine that the first bubble is is connected to balloons. We're gonna release it, and it's gonna take the balloons are gonna take this first balloon all the way the universe, infinity. And it's going higher and higher. It's making it smaller and smaller. And all this negative energy is going away, away into the universe until it completely disappears. Now, slowly open your eyes. I hope you enjoy it. I did. One of my favorite techniques. You can use this meditation anytime you need it. It's not a bad idea, maybe to do it once a week, maybe once a month. If you want, you can do it, by yourself. Just imagine, just follow the idea with the balloons and just do it by yourself. I hope these tips help you to survive and to deal with the situation. I will be seeing you soon. Talk to you later. Bye bye.